Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, worldwide, renegade there, man when afraid, man in the wilderness, keep it real and honest. Alright, so people when not gonna believe this. After Julian Robinson opened the people them and tell them to speak truth. You know what Angelo? And that's so much pressure and him lying, gone back, hey, on him page. The guy go release back some old clip when him tell like about Finsac this and Finsac mash up a country. Finsac can't mash up country in a meltdown thing where like in a 2008 meltdown in America. And him compare it. When you have meltdown and then you know government have to act. Yeah, him want to turn that pan Siaga bad policy pan the government. And then him say some things when they make no sense. All we are telling him to do is release the whole Finsac report when them spend like 200 million pounds. So when them play back an old clip, editing Julian Robinson in the clip, when say speak the whole truth. And then pan film on this thing pan IG, him put them out. Come and say when he put it out yesterday, I say you send it to me. Say only so go back. When you look pan it, you see some the American Eagle. You see some people get fired. Right? So you know it's an old clip. Remember the Eagle say everything, you know. So this is an old clip and the lies. So we have to take back and look on that. I remember, let me say something to lie, Jelly. The IMF, I move something we documented and it out already in our IMF, and we see it. For instance, Siaga in 1989, a 262 GDP ratio, you got 262%. You know what you do? You move it and you put it at 91. No, you're so silly. Because if you put it at 91, miss say move in an IMF. Remember we have it documented. But you move that, but you don't move 1984. You have to move them there too. Because you see when it was 202% from 1984. So if you look what you have to do is score the one of them there. Where you say you score for say okay, you can't stay there and score them. You have to go score the one of them. Because we are only accountable for these things, you know. Right? So you move it. But you want that with 91 now. If you put it in a 91 after 89, which the cars, the meltdown from Siaga still, you put it at 91, it will come now at 73. That for sure is a Pakistan do something even more excellent. See? Why that make it spike go 260 at 91? Nothing. Nothing wasn't there. See? Them just take over. See? So when you do things, consider that. And I see what them get goal in, boost goal in. And I see what I'm running it up same time, not the whole time, you know. Yes. So I'm gonna play what Andrew said. I'm gonna look at the 90s because Andrew want explain to me say in the 90s mash up. And you couldn't build no school. You don't have the money for repair or build no school, you don't have the money for do nothing because of the bad policy. Finsac bad policy. Finsac is not a policy, sir. We look upon Finsac. And we see what it created there. If you buy up them bad debt there, fit not sink the whole country. Yeah? And never the government do Finsac. It come from Siaga, Dan Crawford, the same Crosby, Purging Young. And the one I want to add the shah we see in I too. We see the one I want in I. Yes, what's one in that. So let me play where you say where you put up. Him just put up this. I'm gonna point out something show now. This was a previous budget a couple years ago. And I hit him draft for editing Julian Robinson. Put pan film, it named Desperation. I'm going to dissect you now and hold you accountable. I'm going to bring you back Siaga. I'm going to show you how the 80s stay, where them take and straighten. I'm going to ask you, if you say them mashed up in the 90s because things are not mashed up thing, don't go buy bad debt. That is great for. Yeah? And if them never do not, the government do not, well, everything does sink and sink the whole country. We know that too. We see Barack do it and we see other country do it too, and they have to bail out. They have to bail out the whole bad debt thing and thing. We see that the automotive business in a US the other day, in 2008, they made down. Where Barack have to come out and bail out and burger them taxpayers' money. So when you run with a Finsac like the government and the government, oh, them create and them mash up the country. Or if you buy about debt and you are mash up the country, I save the country. Better me understand maths. Uno don't. Yeah? The government have to act at the time. But you come and tell a lie again because you say, them couldn't repair road. But tell me what, we have highway. We don't just repair road, them have highway. You say them couldn't do nothing but them have bus. The same bus we call Chichi. Them repair over and build over 64 schools. You say them couldn't do no school. All these are lies. We have telephone, we have cars. We have a lot of things. So when you say it not much to what we see and what we are live in the 90s. So me line them up for to play them people. Because remember, you know, we don't run with lies, you know. We dissect lies. I mean understand maths very well. I mean understand what I do. So I'm come up back with the same well. Social science and study. So when that lick him the other day, he must say, we must have, we couldn't pay, and because the bad choices. Or you blame a government. We have to buy up the debt. Build something to buy up the debt. He might say, for put money in a thing. But brother, them have that, and you just move it in 2016 and put in a consolidated funds. Them create a fund, say, road maintenance. It's there. In a 2002. I make sure it, because I show it already. Them have a road maintenance funds. You consolidate it in 2016. I have the all of these things. I'm showing them already. It's the young can trick dunce and idiot people and run with something. You can spend 200 million. We don't want you not finding either now. And then, you know, let go the whole Finsac report because the whole on how much money on the war. But you continue, I use some clippings. Let me show you some stale clippings them come up with. Look here. Look here.
So, what is the root of our problems today?
So you can so where's the root of the problem today? You know, so I say that. And then they must stop in the 60s. When they just come in, man, they fix up that man, they give them how much percent they give them? 63. Siaga went by 1984, Siaga have it at Yasso. But tell him, can I move 89 and put 89, say 89, it go where under Siaga and something go 104%. When? Under Siaga and then you have a hurricane, you go down 104. You're fool, you're far. Nigel, do better than that. We go and remember we have the original scores, you know. We have it. So we see there IMF, I do some look of fuckery now. And we see them in Jamaica score up some things too. Because when they score line, when they stop this. Remember the original thing, them in a print and all kind of things all over the place. So now try to rewrite something and it not gonna work. See? Remember we have Hurricane Gilbert, you know. So you could move something from 200 and add in a Hurricane Gilbert where them start sell zinc and I blame all the PMP. Remember, Ella get zinc. Remember we repair enough place in a 88. We repair a lot of places in a 88. Sell, they get the zinc and a sell. This is 1984. Nigel, they leave out them now. So there is no way after hurricane you could have carried out down to 101. Yeah? If I look at look at 1984, we get 212 GDP. 212.4. So I'm gonna try to show you when you rub out something, make it make sense. We have a hurricane. Yeah, we have a hurricane 88. You drop it now and people do a Google search, you put it at 104. You're a fucking asshole. Remember what have the original thing, it's there, documented. So when you do the place of work, you can go change up a numbers. It don't make no sense. And we say them have score some things that are lying to, you know. But me gonna match and tell them, say, they, you know, you have to watch where we're going in the year and everything. See, I never have no money. Him couldn't drop it to 104. Could not. Him couldn't do it yourself. And you have to run through the whole 80s. And it couldn't do nowhere else. You understand? Hello. Yeah.
It is the bad policies of the PNP in the 1990s.
If we're going to have a history lesson, we must just do it honestly.
Finsac
People look now. Sam the American Eagle this, you know. Sam the American Eagle. In the green glasses. Dr. Das fire him. Right? So what him do now, him launch. Him use the old footage them now and a launch. Can confuse, you know. Julian Robinson knock them out. So him come with this foolishness. Yeah. Elijah Clark up there do foolishness so we can just use it and beat them. Because when you Google it now, it moved the 200% and put it at 91. And that when you put a 91, that make Patsy look better. Because I'm carrying on a 73 and then the Finsac crisis and what I do. But we're going to show you someone attack of foolishness today. Today. Release the report. Yeah. So he moved from 89. Remember we have a Gilbert, you know. Man, they come in 89. So I'm like, yes, man, they moving from 89. So 89 when them come in at 200%. When you come take it over from him. Yeah? The country wreck. Them have to dry it up back. Yeah? I'm going to show you what happened in the 90s and remind him. So the guy has a Finsac. Finsac never walk and borrow no money from nobody people. Finsac use our taxpayers' money and straighten out the problem with Siaga and the one of them have. Yeah? So, and you can Google Finsac, just look for the commission. They might hear that, you know. Them have no sense. So Andrew just get up and launch this like a big idiot. What one doing? Like a big idiot. So we see Sam the American Eagle in this. The Dr. Dance fired. Get out here, you're fired. So him draw back for old footage and put it like I know him and do it. But I know him just put it up on him thing again. Look here again. Hear my explanation now. Hear this.
Was a homegrown domestic crisis wholly caused by the PNP for which we are now.
Now when I talk is bullshit. Yeah? Which of them borrow the money, you know. PNP no cause no Finsac. The government affair. Unless you no dance. Look how him come out under this Finsac like Amanda's from Finsac and him come take your money and him mash you up. When the same bank crisis, the one of them in the bank, don't call for the one of them. All Siaga forgot say more 38 million US. You understand? Unsecured loan in the 80s. Destroy the place. Eh? Finsac. What was Finsac? Let me just show you what was Finsac. Look here. Finsac. So how Finsac mash up a country when a them destroy the place, them Siaga, one of the big man, them destroy the place. You go borrow money, but business with you and the Siaga regime and him allow that. See? That's why them put in enough regulation after that. Look here. Finsac. Financial Sector Adjustment Company, Finsac, was a Jamaican government-owned company established January 29, 1997 to resolve a major financial crisis. So all the government, remember we have this right around the world when you have bad players do all kind of thing, which are them. So all Finsac could be a bad thing. Finsac can't be a bad thing. If the government allow that, it draw down everybody and cost the whole place. So when matter Albert, come with that piece of shit here and people listen to him, Finsac, because you're not dunce. You're not dunce. We'll have a meltdown. But him can't tell you the crisis meltdown in the world. See what it for me, I'm see what it do ya. First, if you understand Finsac when you talk, if you say if you go away, you know, they're garbage. They're garbage. Don't think farm up somebody right now to deal with the hurricane we're going last year. Don't think farm up somebody to deal with it, don't it? You have a farm Finsac. Government have a farm Finsac to deal with this, the meltdown, right? Government meltdown. What caused the meltdown? Finance, it was created, see there, to rehabilitate failing financial institution, manage non-performing assets, and stabilize the banking and insurance sector following a massive liquidity issue and bank runs. So people are running pan the bank. What the fuck this guy at about Finsac? What Finsac do? Well, if we stop talk foolishness now, go back to school, go learn something. The whole of them money come out and say, Finsac is a piece of shit. Yes. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Jews land, big up yourself. You know, so our place, you know, you should come and scarf go buy some this, you know. Saying? Yeah, man. Demali Brown. My name is Sheikh Brown. Yeah, big up yourself. Yeah, and do it, and your father said, heal you up, so we are heal you up, you know. Big up yourself. Big up the whole of Jews land. Saying? Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, you understand? Let me see this. Something fast. Yeah, man, no respect, man. You're up. Yeah, man. See? Alright. So here this now. So if Finsac farm, I mean, look at some of that thing. I mean, I hear what Andrew say. Kind of make no sense, you know. People, stop making the guy take on a turn in a jackass. That don't make no sense. Finsac, the government must have something. So Finsac farm to regularize and settle. Look here. Manage the whole of this and then bail out them people here. Non-performing debt. So this is how it create for. Establish failing financial institution, got them a fail, manage non-performing asset, stabilize the banking and insurance sector. Following a massive liquidity issue and bank and runs. So it tell you, yeah, and so it act. But this guy get through all the time. See, it purpose. It acts as an agency to recapitalize bank and insurance companies, often taking ownership in exchange for capital to prevent total economic collapse. So without the government act, these things collapses. But it mash up the whole country. And you think everybody adults? Yes. So only if you look at him to release the whole Finsac report. So when do a politics himself a play now, say them mash up the country. How Finsac for mash up the country, sir? How Finsac mash up the country? If the government do nothing, enough more to see this, you know. If destroy the country front away, look much on the food and the rent, to the light bill and the water rate and everything. Say if they can't survive now. This guy don't know what I do. This guy chat one bag of bullshit all the time. Because listen, you have a lot of educated fools, yeah? Let me just tell you this straight. Yeah? Yeah? Context. It arose in response to the collapse of local financial institutions like Blaze, Century, and Eagle between 1992 to 96. The crisis, see that Finsac was started with managing a high-cost restructuring of the most expensive relative to the GDP and provide a blanket guarantee and liability to restore public confidence. So how Finsac mash up the thing? They won't have no public confidence right now. So all you call Finsac like a Finsac and the Finsac fix this. Because if you allow it as a government, let me look on the meltdown in a US can meltdown away. Because them get bailout too, you know. It's the same thing where them do with them thing as the same thing them do over there. So yeah. US meltdown. And every country have it. For them do this and them, you know, who go to prison and do something. So we understand. We know it's a garbage matter. It does you know, deal with some politics behind it. See? US meltdown. And look how me dissect him wicked in the morning. Yeah. Well on there. US meltdown. 2008. When it take place and bailout, all right, Mr. US meltdown and bailout, meltdown and bailout 2008. Because so up in the US 27 to 9. So every country have it. Look at US financial meltdown and bailout occurred during the 2007-2009 financial crisis. So them have one too. The crisis was caused by a collapse in the housing market. Because them overpushed that, you know. Subprime mortgage crisis, excessive risk taken by major financial institutions. Same thing like that in Jamaica. Key events including the collapse of Bear Stearns in March 2008. Yeah. Bankruptcy. Lehman Brothers in September 2000. The biggest set of bank and things start fail. The bailout to prevent a collapse of the financial system. The US government passed an Emergency Economic Stabilization Act 2008, which created $700 billion trouble asset relief program. And then you can read it. And that same thing like when them create Finsac. Fuck up into the sky. So the money I said, the government made this when the people, them you have people that can't, you see the crisis. But Siaga them was a part of the crisis from the 80s. Run over in the early 90s there, so and it caused them now the government for build Finsac. But it was a mental crisis. It's the same thing. Then, so the government have a build Finsac. Where am I doing this PR, you know? Bullshit about that. That's why we tell them release this. Like the government come with Finsac and take away your place. These are lies. These are like the lies where them tell say, you know, mandatory communists and take with this and these are lies. And you know people can't get like you can strike two places. Only if you make him talk about Finsac like Finsac was a bad thing. And Finsac stabilized Jamaica. But him talk is bullshit. And him know. So if them can tell the lie and you know counter the lies, you run with the lies. Well, the government most of the place in Finsac couldn't fool. When them give out the bus in the 80s, me have a look on the 90s and say if we don't get back bus, we don't have highway. I'm just this is what I say. And look and tell me when me play if you now counter what I say. Hear this. Hear this. So me just talk about that first. Hear this.
Only just recovering.
So we only just recovering from Finsac. When them get this, as them get it, as them go back to borrow money and mash up the economy again, you know. Them get that with highway, you know. Them get it with phone, you know. Them get it with everything, car, come, this and that, school bill, hospital, up, not run down, you know. Them destroy it. Mama P build it back and set it again. What them do? Them destroy it again. But what them do, them just flip the script and just look because the PMP do less talking and them just tell PLI. No, you can go dissect and go look for your thing yourself. It was a financial meltdown because of them. But the hottest part of the financial meltdown when it go under the 90s, I come from the 80s. Siaga them a part of it. Don't forget all the shadow one of them a part of it. Them benefit. Them do that. They meltdown, they organize the bank, the man kind of things, them a part of it and get rich. Continue. All right, look through this. You see enough of them will get fired and knock.
Our debt to GDP prior to the advent of the Finsac crisis was 72%.
So all the debt leave from what 262 in 89 and go to 72% because them the money to contribute. In a prayer like the PMP get a debt from Siaga. He never get another 78%. So the Finsac crisis, after the decade, what a borrowing more than a decade, and do all kind of little things and them can't pay it back. The government have to use our taxpayers, but them have to do it and set back something. I think at the same time, them come with a financial FIC and then come with some more, you know, things for tighten up these things and these institutions. Yes. Them time that certain thing created, eh? All right, hear this, hear this.
The government at the time
Hear this.
established Finsac to bail out the collapsed financial institutions.
Can't tell you, I have to bail them out. So what Finsac was about? It must. You see, you have to listen good enough. Because Finsac built to bail out this. Because I think the whole country will leave it like that. In the state, the same thing them do. How much billion bail out? In Europe, the same thing them do. You have to bail them out. Yeah, and set some different regulation and do some things. You saw Siaga did run the place. Yeah? Continue. Continue.
This bailout cost the country 42% of GDP. In other words, 42% of what we produce in any 1 year.
So you hear him? So it costs the country 42%. It's a man-made thing by them. By them. Them same one. See? He might tell you it costs the country 42% of the GDP. You have to bail them out. Because if you don't bail them out, that costs the country everything. Them have to do that with the house prices we make enough bank go under in 2008 in the United States. Them have to bail them out. And straighten that and straighten it because it flap the whole US. When I thought that make no sense. Him just tell us that they have to bail them out. So it was a bad thing. Oh, but hear the line now when I come with now. Hear this. Hear this.
Here, we have to take it to pay for Finsac.
Here, we have to take it pay for Finsac. So what we are going to do? So, me think Finsac did not take what people think. This is what them do because you have to buy up the bad debt and do all kind of things. You ever get with that? The government have to do that. So Finsac, and yes, what them do? To the dunce, them when I see how the world run. Finsac and them mash up the place. You fucking idiot. The guy I take if you have some educated fools and then you have more of them who can't even spell cat. Then fool you fat. What follow Andrew say, him does have tell us that them farmers to bail you out. And then the government tell them to come borrow and do all kind of things when them come and book politics in my play. Bullshit. Tell them to let go the report. You see them name in it. See? Yes, Markie. See? Yeah, man. Play.
By way of comparison, the US government's bailout intervention during the global financial crisis of 2008-2009 was only 9% of their GDP.
People, you are talking about $1 trillion, you are talking about 20 trillion GDP, for them GDP beginner. Now like nearly 30 trillion US. And 9% on a little bit of money. 9%, it ain't little bit of money. So you don't compare it, but comparison. I'll be a garbage in talk, you know. You look at a country for them GDP in the trillions, 20 trillion. And you talk about 9%. Trillions. Eh? And I compare it to Jamaica. Or if you compare, what kind of comparison that? Me I tell the same to the people them feed that, man. Him compare something where you're not even supposed to even do that. You don't even think of that. Yeah? Because this is how we want to make it look like it's scary the government to do something wrong and the government rob people. The government never rob nobody. And them stabilize the country. Them take it from Siaga and this happen and them have to stabilize the country. I mean, I'll show you so them stabilize the country. Make him continue talking bullshit. Continue.
So you see the magnitude of the scale of Finsac.
So yeah, that don't make no sense. Because the money where we spend, our money is a drop in the bucket where you can't compare with the US. 9%. And if you run it at 10%, 10% of a trillion, of 1 trillion, how much people? 10% of a trillion, how much? Because remember, you know, at 100 billion, make the trillion, you know. So 10% of a 1 trillion, that be 100 billion. Jamaica, we whole economy right at like 21 billion. Not 100 billion. 1 trillion. Not about an economy like 20 odd billion. Look at it around 30 billion now, but at the time around 20 odd billion. Trillion economy. And it just run it over 10%, if it's a 9%, run it over 10%. And even if it's a 9%, I like 90 billion, 1 trillion. See? You understand? So if you say 10 trillion and $900 billion that. If you say 20 or 1.8 trillion US that. Or you compare that. If I does 20, like 20 trillion, let me just tell you. See, if you put it at 30, you add on the next 900 billion pound that. Maybe just, you remember me not use calculator. See, that at 2.7 trillion US. That bigger than enough economy in the world to backside. Where you compare the two of them? We know maths. See? You understand? Trillion. You know what? You know 1 trillion US in a Jamaican, how much trillion in that in a Jamaican? 160 trillion. We don't see the money there. 2 trillion. It'll be 320 trillion dollars. But budget just reach right now a 1.4 trillion. We still have, that means a more than 400 trillion dollars that you talk about. Trillion. With that trillion, with that T. What we not see, we never dream of. Yeah? Or you compare that to Jamaica, I said the GDP of Jamaica. When you compare, this is bullshit. 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 It makes a bailout. And him say it. But he make it, what him do now, him do, you know, well, political science. So him turn it around and him talk a one bag of bullshit. We don't need no pen or nothing for us tell you, you know, brain power kick. Like Van Damme, you know. Now we understand maths very well. See? Him can't treat nobody around here. This you stop. You found something for bailout like anywhere else and then him turn it around and make it so now. Finsac mash up a country, you fucking asset. The banking system and who did I run it? For them own friend them. And secure loans. Them do everything the bank, the government have the day have to do. You have to bail them out. Same like how you have man disaster and you have natural disaster. You have man-made disaster. That was a man-made disaster. You have done like the hurricane now. Don't people ever get bailed out? Whoops. Him don't go borrow money and put you in a debt. Eh? So all I run up and down now and to do wow for borrow money and I forget it. That's how the government do. What I'm doing? Sit down and phone him on. Tell me now. No, we great grandparents never gonna pay back them debt there. But think about 6.8 billion, that the money there, we never ever see the money there before, never about yet in the history. But him tell him have to borrow it and him have tax people more because you have to build back the country down. And the same thing with a meltdown. Stop the man taking the idiot. Him go borrow the money. Who not have to pay it back? Yeah? And if him sit down and do not, you say, get rid of him, you know. Because the country have to build back. You understand? That's a disaster. That's a storm. But you still have to borrow money, you still have to run up and down as a government and do what you have to do. Eh? But him turn a Finsac and says, Finsac, like the government for sit down and fold them on. And him know it was a bailout. And him say it. But him turn, they mash up the place with Finsac, don't mash up place. Them have to observe it, them have to buy the bad debt and straight it out and put in regulation. But hear them liars, so now. Hear the lies. Hear the lies that we can't stand with the guy. Hear this.
Relative to the size of our economy.
Hear that.
Within 6 years after the establishment of Finsac, our debt spiraled out of control from 72% of GDP to 130% of GDP.
So let me tell. Because 2006, it got like 117. I remember them carried to 72% in a space of time. Them carried to that. Because them get it at 262%. Them carried to that. Remember, Siaga destroyed the place, you know. And I just Finsac alone, everything that's run over upon them. And them straighten it. Michael, Patterson, and Portia. Them straighten that. So, and at 2007, Kabus come in February. 2007, the way matter about 130. You go look on 2007, and they say go. Under Bruce, and then it go up more. Not from there. Like 170. And by the way, when you go there, so we are here where I say, yes, I'll show you contrary to where I say. Listen here.
Almost doubling. That caused interest costs alone on the debt to consume almost 70% of tax revenues. So just the cost to pay for the debt, the interest at one point cost us 70% of all the tax revenues that we collect.
At one point. Him say 40%, no, him say 70% to pay for debt. As for a lie, but continue.
If you add public sector wages to that.
So you don't add, if you add public sector wages to that, and you have a budget. So you don't add it to that. You see? Continue.
And other things that you have to pay for out of tax revenue.
Tax revenue, you know.
Then you basically would have no money left.
So if you say you use 70%, you have 30% to pay for what you have to pay for, don't? We have say if you add it, me not understand for him adding. Yeah? Continue.
You have no money left to fix roads. No money left to build schools. No money left to repair clinics. No money left to pay for water. So if you ever wondered.
All right, so let me say something. So in the 90s, him say although them bail out the people, them never have the money for do no road, fix no school, do no clinic, water. Let me look on the 90s though. Because they don't have no money, you know. But more I know them do this. Because don't follow him, you know. Watch this.
We know that there is a generation of Jamaicans.
Watch this.
Who were not born in the 1970s. And they have no clue as to how the other party destroyed Jamaica. They have no clue.
That you know, Salam I tell you know, so they mash up the place. So they're coming like in their Germany, every minute them tell us, so we know, media Germany. I mean, you nobody mention no Hitler. None. Media Germany. I mean, you nobody mention no Hitler. Them line up for going on a bus. Them so nice, you know, believe so that was Germany in a World War I and World War II. See? Yes. So when do those politics and be a garbage. So I'm saying destroy the place. Hear this again.
There is a generation born in the 90s and the early 2000s. They have no clue as to how the 18.5 years of the PNP destroyed Jamaica.
Remember I'm saying the 18 years destroyed Jamaica, you know. And just still tell us a bailout like we say bailout with every other country. What the government have to do and put in regulation, right? If you don't mass up the whole place, right? And him say them couldn't repair. Remember him said them couldn't repair no road. They couldn't fix no school. Them not have the money for do nothing at all. According to him. Remember look at 18 years now. When him said them never do nothing. Look here. Look.
Interesting statement, Prime Minister. Let's look at some of the destruction you said the PNP caused, and let's see if Jamaica would be better off without it.
Look here, where am I this one?
The Rural Agricultural Development Authority, RADA 1990, committed to promoting the development of agriculture in Jamaica to enhance the national economy and improve the quality of life of rural farm families.
Okay. You know, just count them, you know. This is why fried winner run up and down with and do all kind of things now them used by vote still. Because rather miss some money. 1990. Can't say them destroy the place. But me see the one of the farmer them run through hard and now wanna do all kind of things. Give your seed, give that. I know fried win take it and turn a political porn. Yeah, where them and give a fertilizer, them and do this, them and do all kind of things all over the place, right? All right, that's a 1990. Come now.
That's gone. The Office of the Utilities Regulation, OUR, 1997.
See that after the meltdown, them come with an OUR, them are regulate up things. OUR, right?
Was established to regulate the operations of utility companies in Jamaica. That's gone too. The Jamaica Urban Transit Company, 1998.
So after we have the meltdown, where them find money? Can you say they never have no money? Where them find money for do our open bus 1998 and do all them? Where all them find money? Cause we did broke. According to him, we broke. We never couldn't do nothing. Fix road. We can't we not go them now just fix road. Them buy them put in a new bus system. It will not live for now and say bus after bus after bus. You said them not doing a school night and them thing, then them couldn't fix road. Well, no. This is 98. Him said they not do nothing, you know, because the money, they not have the money to do nothing, so they mash up the place. I mean, they might not have the bus after bus. Continue.
Revolutionized the public transport service within the Kingston Metropolitan Transport Region, Spanish Town, and Portmore. There goes a main part of Jamaica's transport system. But wait, what about Jamaica's first state-of-the-art transport hub for the corporate area, the Halfway Tree Transport Center?
They never have the money to do this because they must have place to bail out. But they have to bail out and put a stronger thing in place that it not happen again. And they must have the place, PAP, with Finsac. We have to bail out people. People who never read up on Finsac here. Same like anywhere we went long, you have the government that come in and bail out and all kind of things. So you matter about Finsac about bullshit. Yeah? Him just sees on something where there's no issue, you know. And run with it and talk bullshit, you know. And then back it down, but if you don't, but the PNP not do good. Them do a lot of work and they never talk about them work. Because when you're done, you deal with the government issue and you go along. Him break the whole of the line there. Him go back all a Monday time. When Monday and over the rain to Siaga, we work with the CIA. GDP ratio was 63%. Siaga went it up 262 when they take it back from him. So them try to change that. In a 90, them fool your fart. You know what them do? So when you change it, you go on this. What them not understand? If you the in a 94, 200 and add, and then you have to borrow money and put to people on food stamp, it never drop. And then Gilbert come happen. And then 89. When you look at it at 89, you have to say it had the 200 and add same way, but it even go up more. But with the devastation of Gilbert, but them do. Them going out now and put it down at 204. You're a fucking idiot. So Gilbert made the place better when we never have no money and a food stamp on the pan. We have to do going down about everything from 2000. I remember it documented. It's not paper it's not paper, New York Times and all of them. You can't rub them out. So we have to say Uno do it. Pan line. When we can't do that pan line, we can't see it. Anything. I remember we have the original thing there. Remember that's from 62. I may have think back before that. So everything will not drop. Me see will not drop in now with Siaga saying this and that. Bullshit. We have the original. Stop it. Me I expose you, you know. I watch you, no, man. When I talk about, man. Continue. The 1990 where Andrew said them destroy the place, them never have nothing. And them are the backbone for the country right now, you know, people. And them are never have a plus the NHT. The guy no come in with nothing for himself. Him said them couldn't repair road. If I show the amount of road where we repair, me have it too. Where them are walk when it a repair. Him a idiot. It documented. This is how I'm stupid. Yeah? Him to stop the foolishness. Me and one of them where you can just tell foolishness and then me run with it, you know. Might think them different. Please.
That opened in 2008? Are you seeing a trend here? The regulation of the telecoms industry. In 1999, there was only 5% mobile phone subscribers, totaling 120,000 people. This change broke the monopoly, brought new players to the market, introduced prepaid service, lower prices for handsets, and by 2007, there was 100% penetration.
So without this, remember we used to set up a phone box and thing. Remember the man said the man them have the money for do nothing, you know. We were them have to carry them a coat and change up the monopoly and put in digital and put in some other one and change up the whole profile. That enough people up to today, it's so beneficial that you can stay at home and you order your thing and you do your own business online. Them set Jamaica for the future. And with the broadband, me see my son, we broadband before. You just assign a next chapter 8, Andrew. So this revolutionized the whole place for any business. First time you get some telegraph, right? Telegraph where come to your telegram what them call it, and you get some letter. This now you just deal with people straight up. Eh? This is from what? You see from when them in place? The same time when them say them can't do nothing. They now no money for do nothing and them can't do nothing at all. Them have set everything. A matter of fact, them set everything. Where them have used now are beneficial to people. No for no have business online. Now we have no one business, but people have buy because we don't have no website, no have no thing. Thank God for the 90s. Yeah. Thank God for the 18.5 years. Yeah. All right, continue.
That would be simply no more.
Yeah.
The Highway 2000.
Well, on Highway 2000. So, I'm just saying, bill, another road you build, but you build a highway. And by the way, the man built from Negril, widen it up and build that. You can go look on it from Negril, go straight to Port Antonio. The blueprint, the North-South link, them build that. The blueprint for St. Thomas, it go a 4 lane, you know. And him reduce it back to 2, you know. Him. Them have a blueprint. And that, the South Coast one for go straight down to, you know. I know that not done from him coming in 10 years. These are blueprints. The highway, him say, you ain't have the money for do not, but all of these things done. So, me never understand the Andrew attack said. Him said, Finsac because the government destroyed Jamaica, but this open up this open up business and everything for people, you know. You reach quicker time, can do your business, do all kind of things, transportation, everything does it open up the country. And help grow the country. Yeah? That's why I'm seeing jump on road. Oh, you said them never do nothing at all, brother. Oh, you said the Finsac, them destroy the place and them have no money to spend and do no road. No school, him say no road, no school, nothing. Them are girl bus. And them get the thing where you are live off right now. Continue. Highway.
Was initialized to connect to Jamaica via a comprehensive highway system, upgrade Jamaica's infrastructure, provide economic opportunities for growth, and create jobs. For the hundreds of thousands of Jamaicans that rely on these highways, can you imagine life without them?
So, Andrew, you come by the Finsac thing and it no make, because the government destroy the place, but everything what we see here, so I tenant the place what I use right now. The phone them I use the highway, them I do everything right now. Everything what I do. And I use other things when them put in. The bus me here say bus after bus after bus. You get 450 the other day, it can up to around 290 right now. So you need to build back the fleet. Them did I move 60-something million passenger per year. Now them gone up to 18. So that I bleed too. So something now manage. So this way you say mash up then in the 90s, but them are going and you said them not going with nothing. But these are lies. Yeah, these are lies. Let me continue. Let me continue look.
The PATH program 2001, allocated through the Ministry of Labour and Social Security, the Program of Advance Through Health and Education PATH is a conditional cash transfer CCT program aimed at delivering benefits to the most needy and vulnerable in society.
So they will take care of the vulnerable too, the PATH. And we on PATH because you live on this street, you know. With the people, they might get PATH. And the money should have go up and you still have them political thing because they, you know, cost of living gone up. But see the PATH, yeah? Oh, you see they mash up the country. And them are the people them live off right now. The whole people, the whole nation are benefit from the whole of them right now. Nobody in Jamaica can say I benefit off of the highway because it give me a good service if you drive on it to come from off of the highway. Me no benefit off of the bus no because I carry your picnic them go to school and all kind of things. Maybe I drive the benefit, carry teacher, carry some picnic, carry some more. The bus them will run. Yes. Part, you can't say that neither. See? I'm speaking of school. Continue.
Say goodbye to that as well. The National Environment and Planning Agency, NEPA, 2001.
Yes.
That was created to promote sustainable development by ensuring protection of the environment and orderly development in Jamaica.
Yes.
Without it, our watersheds, mangroves, and areas like our cockpit country would all be without protection.
Yes.
That's gone too.
Yes.
The Emancipation Park, 2002. This lush 7-acre landscape was created to be a reminder of Jamaica's emancipation.
So even recreation, them I deal with. Right? Okay. Continue.
Freedom from bondage and a reminder to excel. A green space in the city that, yep, you guessed it. You have to say goodbye to this beautiful oasis. The National Health Fund, 2003. This fund helps improve patient experiences, prescription services, and access to medicine in Jamaica, as well as inpatient and outpatient pharmacy services for the public.
You know what people need for National Health Fund? It do a lot of things, you know. And you say the people that mash up the place, and this one I live pan right now, show me something like this one wanna come with 10 years. Show me any one of them that want to come with that, it will not live plan. A matter of fact, you live out of the NHT. I tell you, say you ring fence it. So these are the, and then people mash up the place. This guy is sick. This guy had the PR. When if you run away, you know. So no, brother, don't come tell me about no Finsac. We know that farm for deal with the meltdown. So anything where you tell me otherwise I lead, we are fearless, the one we don't like you. Because you have a lot of educated fools. And you say they never have no money for do nothing at all. But them, remember, you know, them subsidize the medication. The government have to have money for do these things. Them have to have money for put in a part to, by the way. Them have to have money for do all of these things. But they never have nothing and nothing to do. But I eat your lip pan right now. Never want to lip pan part. Hey, me tell you, sir, 100 people for eat that one, you know. Eh? When put out don't make no sense. It's garbage. You can have somebody sit down and tell you, say, these people mash up something and nothing no go so. And you run and up. Well, you know, Finsac, and the rest, you know, because you know, don't. You don't know about meltdown. Continue.
Health sector, infrastructure development, and much more. You guessed it. That would be gone as well.
Yes.
Without the major upgrades to Sabina Park in 2005 and the creation of the Trelawney Multi-Purpose Stadium in 2007 and the Montego-based Sports Complex, otherwise known as the Cathode Hall Sports Complex, in 2010.
What is about the money?
Tourism Enhancement Fund, 2005. That was established to lead tourism innovation in the areas of infrastructural and sustainable projects, human capital development, and tourism linkages.
Hey, them use this like crazy. Them build place, them do all kind of things with it. But according to them, the place is mash up and them never have the money for do nothing. But them come up with all kind of things where you not benefit from right now. A matter of fact, it will not use. It will not fair use to survive. Come on now, Anjo. Don't make him play no bullshit. But I said them not build no school and no road. I'm show you highway them build. Not just the normal road. See, I go to the fight against the highway, by the way. Yes. Me show the people them have phone. Them have car too, you know. I have enough more things than this, you know. Just a few me I show you. Yes. See the bus them too. We get back bus. Because I get to the JRS. 1983. I will put up something with Siaga in the 80s and show you who mash up the place here. So put it up. Yeah.
Gone with the wind. While we're on the topic of tourism, say adios to all the fancy Spanish hotels that bring in so many of our tourists and provide jobs. Thanks to the Master Plan for Sustainable Tourism Development in 2002.
Here it is.
And the Falmouth Cruise Shipping Pier that began development in 2009 and brought a record number of tourists to Jamaica. Say later to that as well. Let it not be forgotten that in those 18 years, education was a major priority. As a result,
I'm opening this bigger. Can you say them not have the money for even repair school and road up, but the man them get highway. So I lie you telling you. You flap yourself. I know just the look road them a repair, but them get highways. Them not just repair road, them get highways. Remember them widen boulevard and do the whole of them thing, the cancer. Them did widen the whole of them thing there, you know. And get highways. Remember you talk about school and have the money for spend on school and these things. Let me show you school now, Anjo. I know one money they have to spend, so them build new school to Anjo. Look.
64 schools were built and refurbished, including 70.
Well on. 64 schools built and refurbished. 64. You say them do not about no school, brother. Where you get that from? Eh? They not have the money for the what? Play this. How much? Because that's making me at the school them too.
That as well. Let it not be forgotten that in those 18 years, education was a major priority. As a result, 64 schools were built and refurbished, including 70 new basic, primary and high schools in Western Jamaica between 2004 and 2005. As well as Greater Portmore High School in 1995, Ascot 1997 and Cumberland 2000.
So Anjo, when you talk about, remember the man, and by the way, him leave IMF too, you know, 95. When you say meltdown and them not do, them leave to IMF, him never go borrow money from IMF, him pay them off. When him get the money for do these things, but they still the country, them destroy the country. That don't make no sense again. But you do, you put away over $2.3 trillion right now. See, in a debt. See, just go about $1.3 trillion. Enough money over here. So, him say to the IMF, you dig down now. And you say in the 90s, they mash up the place. 18.5 years. And you say them not have no money for do no road, no school. No. I show you, them not just do road, but them do highways. Jamaica never have it. We have the telephone. We have schools. We have brand new high schools and everything. We have the, all of these things. But where you get yourself from? We have the PAD program. We have the program there for the health, national health thing where people get medication subsidized and get dealt with. And the one of these things. We have the tourist environment fund. We build up a lot of places and do all kind of things. So where you go with the lies them? Where you go with them, brother? Continue.
Disappear. Now, I don't know about you, but it looks like the PNP spent 18 years laying a good foundation that Jamaica, including the current government, is benefiting from.
Of course.
By the way, if you're watching this using a community hotspot or broadband, you can thank the PNP and the establishment of the Universal Access Fund that later developed into the Universal Service Fund, which provides free community Wi-Fi and hotspots island-wide. Oh no.
So well on there. Anjo. So Anjo. After man they are practicing, them transform the place. But somehow Anjo come and tell you about the meltdown and them tell you say them there for bail out the sector. Remember this sector where them are bail out and the government own them, you know. But you have to bail them out, that's with government. So when you have man-made disaster or natural disaster, like when you have this the government have to chip in and do what they do. And do what the people them worse. Because I know some people still under themselves and think about the government have to act. Yeah? Yeah? So well, like the government must act. See? Now we put in some debt. But we're not talking about we have to pay back. We great grandparents have to pay it back because all the matter is we have the biggest NIR. But it can't do nothing. We have to borrow every cent. And then you have to borrow, you have to stimulate the economy, not subtract from it. Yeah? You don't go and tax people in a hurricane. You don't do that. You stimulate the economy and grow back the place. See? So you more give them something that they can spend and grow back and put them back on job and everything. Then them come up back with this bogus This bogus talk say, when you look on the workforce, and when you look on my workforce, we're full employment with hundreds of thousands of people now employed. Them change that in 2023. When I come with just lie, you know. And we'll end with them just come out with lies, not listen. All these things, we can't tell you the amount of people. We don't know the amount of barrel we have to send now and the amount of money we have sent, it's unbelievable. Saying, yeah. No more have to correct them all the time, you know. Andrew desperate now. And in PR. So he might tell something when I make no sense. And he might go put back the whole thing when you're looking at the thing. You see some people get fired in a speech. So them and then put in Julian Robinson at the speech, you know. And then at this Andrew sent out from film thing, from film IG. From last night, I'm gonna send them out. Continue.
You know, if you ever wondered why,
if you look on a guy in the green, him, the one in the green glasses, him named Sam the American Eagle. Yes, from over 104 days. So the same one where Dr. Das fired. So Andrew put up this couple of hours ago. So Andrew run and gone to Finsac again to trick the people. Remember, he just spent 200 million release the report. You gotta see the one of them name in it. Even not. And the people them for demand release report. Because you can't find something where they stabilize the economy that don't like no collapse when we have a meltdown. And then you say the PAP come with Finsac, so them should come with Finsac and stabilize back the place and do what them do. Yeah. BPO man. Me not let the BPO neither man win the. No. So this is how I'm just put up, you know. And people think I know I'm do it. No, just look on the old one, them will get fired now. I judge one and them there. See one of them there. Look.
we have so much infrastructure that has been left unmaintained and
when I talk about shit.
now falling apart.
Yeah. Which one of the infrastructure like where you have the JLP, the in there will mash up the place and do incursion. What mama pay have to come fix that for show no lagar. Not him and my people, you are not for physical discipline on a breach. I want to go back to IMF. I'm at fact whenever I have no IMF to go to. Kind of the same time I'm at Patterson say Jamaica leave. I'm on a Google it from 1995. So all you pay have the IMF Patterson, but him say the place is mash up so bad and you couldn't do nothing. But you get rid of IMF. Oh, you do that. So all you come in with bus company in 97 and you put in the one of these things, you put in the one of these things. And build highways and everything, but they still no destroy the place. I enhance the place now for growth and everything. Eh? You can sit down and work from home. People are watching on net now and have their phone with it cheaper now, either on line now and them thing there. Whenever the first time people cost a phone box, I have to go jam in tell. You forgive what you to Caesar, you give him crown, yeah? Don't get it. That guy I'm going to PR, yeah? Continue.
If you ever wondered why things are the way they are.
Yeah.
If you ever wondered, you know, Madam Speaker, it's an important point that needs to be made.
But that's how I'm do.
Because
that's how I'm study social science. That's how I'm study. Like part of that political science. That's how I'm study. Yes. Hey, you know, say Ligel going at it. And Ligel remove him fool your fat. Him remove the current fool now. You have a Hurricane Gilbert. Maybe just tell Ligel Clark this. Him go on the IMF. And him remove, come up there, him remove the 262% and put 104. Now you'll be an asset 1984 with a 200% and it worse. Right? And then we have a Gilbert for tear on the place. We know say that I add on it. And you put it when them come in, you put it at 204. You hear that? Ligel? And then put it the 200, put it at 104%. And then put the 200 and something percent in the 1991. Yeah, I said. And Gilbert will us have. So like, Siaga get to recover. Him knows say I'm lose and everything when they call election and them wipe him out. See, when them come in, it's at 200 and add. See, you better put it back because the original thing we have it. They must score the line and I put up fictitious things, you know. So when you're going to Google search, so you find, but you do a drawback for the original document. Because remember, it's not enough papers and everything, you know. So that me I tell them, when they put up false things and trouble things, so you draw back the whole item and flap them and lead back to them. They're not in a sense, you know. Continue.
The average man listening might, in the background of the shrill of noise that we hear,
Hear this.
This might go way back in their memory. And they see a pothole emerge in a road.
Hear this now.
And they wonder, why doesn't the government fix that pothole now?
Hear this.
But they will never stop and reflect on a very important point, Madam Speaker. 30 or 40 years ago, what should have happened is that there should have been a reserve maintenance programmed into the budget, matched with what they call the engineered life of the road, that as a little crack emerges, out of the revenues that you have, you go and you use some tar chemical and you seal.
All right, so see, let me show you a long time old picture I use. Angela put up this in a desperation, you know. Hey, Michael, the way the man, the way Robinson mashed them up. Look on, yeah, so when you say Angela Holness, that's an IG. I hear so much hours, can we just take it on 11 hours. Me see me put it up from yesterday. Look, una say Udval's that up there, so people. So I put up all thing, like if just put up the whole thing where I run out with. It him a release now on him IG straight. When release already, you know. Una say Udval's. Eh? No man, we have to play man and dissect him and embarrass him, because him not no sense. Una no see Udval's. Una see Udval's in the picture of the people. See Udval's sit down behind there, you know. Udval's get fired by ISAT. So this is the whole thing, Andrew. This is a desperation. So Andrew draw back for the whole thing and I put it up. And I thought, when talk about now, say road maintenance, let me show you road maintenance. You might idiot. You know when him put the consolidated funds, charge of a play and dissect him. Look at road maintenance. Jamaica road. Him can't trick nobody, you know. Let me show you something. Let me show you. Yeah. Let me show you 2000. Let me show you the road maintenance fund was 2002. Yeah, but them should have a road maintenance fund. You know, when them repeal it in a 2017, him put in consolidated funds. But yesterday they did a chat. It's about last year before. Not my word. Look. Jamaica Road Maintenance Funds, RMF in Jamaica, was originally established as a dedicated funds to manage taxes earmarked for road repairs. However, the act governing the RMF was repealed in 2017 by JLP government, transitioning from dedicated funds system to a different fund mechanism for road maintenance. So, but them put it in a one thing. Them repeal it. I mean, have the thing where them repeal it and then put it in the consolidated funds. But yesterday, hey, me tell you, say, you know, PMP, them do too much things. But you know, you say government. And when this guy come and mess it up, him come talk about it too, you know. Him not different from the guy here. Let me show you a guy. You have to know how to buy this, you know. Be a garbage him attack, you know. Be a garbage. Me know say repeal it. I know say put it in a head because me have it. Hey, remember me do journalism, you know. Me don't do blogging. No. Because me like when them talk, me can't answer to them, you know. When them talk, me can't answer to them. I want to show them something. I want to show them something. Let me see this. No, I want to show them something else. Let me see me have it here, so. me say if I hit this, no. Me did have it, me take it down. Alright, I'll take it down now. I'm going to play that and then me take down this. Because if you have this, more I'll show you something. Yeah. I'll show you who Andrew act like. More, let me show you now before I move here. So. Alright, see that? Yeah, me have it. Me have it. Let me take it down here, so. I'm going to show you. I'll show you who Andrew say I act like. Him can't deceive nobody again. You can't make Andrew deceive nobody. Now I'll show you who Andrew definitely act like. So him repeal the road maintenance fund and put it in the consolidated funds. Because it was there from 2000. Alright. This is how Andrew. This is what Andrew do. Now I'll show you Andrew. Yeah. All right. This is the exact thing what Andrew do right now. Can you sit down and him watch? I'm going to tell the same do social science, right? So at the exact thing, when you hear him say something, just to go to where him do. Him say my ring fence the NHT. No matter tell you say him couldn't do nothing without NHT because he might take it for build up the place. But you still at the PMP mash up the place. The NHT from 1976, where you going in that for brother? That mean not running the place. If you don't run the place, you don't need the NHT. You ease off for the asset tax. You ease off for all these things. What must that make no sense? Yeah? It don't make no sense. Yeah? So this knock him, see my pump valves, wood valves with him there, so you know. Him use all thing and put up all thing. We know it's all thing you put up. And gone back pan, I'd say things when I make no sense. Let me show you, Andrew. Look on this. This is how Andrew talk and just look what him do. Don't watch him talk, watch what him do, yeah? Look on this. Andrew coming like a basic school book, you know. Yeah. When you just go basic school and you run through the book there fast. Yeah, Andrew that. Look on this. Yeah. Look on this, people. This is Andrew.
Needs to watch this clip.
Our interest, I think, very much is in not going.
Boy, you watch a clip are good. Just watch it. Watch it.
American needs to watch this clip.
Our interest, I think, very much is in not going to war with Iran.
They said he will start a war. I'm not going to start a war. I'm going to stop wars.
A war with Iran would make the war in Iraq look like a cakewalk.
Our president will start a war with Iran because he has absolutely no ability to negotiate. He's weak and he's ineffective.
I've been a recovering neocon for 6 years now. Like the foolishness with which we ricocheted around the world, intervening, think it was in our best interest when really we just overturned the table and created something worse.
You're not going to have a war with me, and you're not going to have a third world war with me. That I can tell you.
A vote for Donald Trump is a vote for a man who wants to end wars, not start them.
I was the first president in decades who started no new wars. We don't need the wars. Foreign lands, countries you've never heard of, countries that don't even want us there.
President Trump, as he says all the time, and as a lot of people recognize, is a president of peace. We want to have good relationships with everybody.
I am the candidate of peace. I am peace.
President Trump is...
This is what Andrew do. This is the perfect Andrew when him talk, him destroy place. And then him tell too much lies. So him admire Trump. So at the same thing, him not start war. The next president that start war with Iran, but him no attack Iran. Him talk around 8 different countries in BAM now, right now. Look much country in BAM, around 8. Kill people in the water where him say them are run drugs. Him going there for the president of Venezuela and all over the place I do. As a chat, him threaten you. As a chat, you get threat. But him say him never gonna do it. Andrew one is not look in a smaller scale. Look here.
The peace president.
We've spent $8 trillion in the Middle East, and we're not fixing our roads in this country? How stupid is it?
We've got to stop Donald Trump from starting a war with Iran.
We should have never been in Iraq. We have destabilized the Middle East.
I certainly empathize with Americans who are exhausted after 25 years of foreign entanglements in the Middle East. I understand the concern, but the difference is that back then we had dumb presidents, and now we have a president who actually knows how to accomplish America's national security objectives.
Every American.
Okay. So you see what them do? Everything where I'm saying people don't want thing him a do it. Andrew only start. Exact thing. Oh, them do the money, he move the money. Ring fence NHT, he might use it and one about complete. But we this and that, him tell lie. Him say, I'm a commitment. So when him can't go to when they run back to Finsac. But you're still in this, him tell you what was Finsac and what it make for. But you're still at the PNP destroy the place. But you have a meltdown, and we see meltdown in 2008. We see meltdown in other country, the government have to come in and act. When you have man disaster or natural disaster, you have to straighten it. The government couldn't fold them on and not buy up back the debt. Him say them not build nothing because they buy up debt, but they still them have 60 at school. Them do everything and more. But him say them never do nothing. And I hit him and live off right now. That was lie again. Them couldn't fix road. Them do everything. This was lie. Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. In a different from this Andrew fella. Them have everything when him say. Them are gonna do this. I mean, she gonna start war with this. Talk to him now. Put the back Andrew and him garbage.
So no pothole appears. But that road that you are looking on now,
it is.
That the potholes are all emerging. They weren't maintained.
So that's the lie again. Because I have the video, I can show you a video. Even when them come out in 2007 to 11, when them come out, Mama Peter start when me see them a walk and I maintain the road, me see the road. Them video them a build the road. I fix back the road there. No matter. Not about remember, you know, he never touch on road till we pressure him, you know. To all him do is PLI. Continue again.
And the reason why they couldn't be maintained is because we had to take almost 70% of our tax revenues to pay for the bad policy choices of the PNP.
So how to be a bad policy choices of the PNP? Or it will be a bad policy choices of a PNP when you farm something for buy up debt. So when I'm talking bullshit again, and then compare it with a country like 30 trillion, 20 to 30 trillion GDP. We talk about GDP ratio. Yeah, we talk about GDP per capita, not ratio, per capita. 30 trillion. 20 trillion at the time, and something like, yes, 20 trillion. And you want to compare to a country like that, what we value, our GDP. Yeah, it never reached the 21 billion, less than that. Them have 20 trillion, where you want to compare to that. And so them use 9% of trillions of dollars that them use, trillions of US. We not see them money there yet, never. See where I borrow a little 6 billion and them thing there, 6 a trillion them use. 9% of them budget, a trillion that. 2.8 trillion. We look for them thing. Yeah. 10 years and still at about people. No, but this what I'm doing now. If you look on this, you notice a lot of time people them get fired from this. You notice the carpet did blue in this. See them change it back. So a lot of them get fired from out of this. So you draw back for all thing put up on him IG and I use Tarrant and gone back on Finsac. When we waste 200 million and now release it, because we want to see them name, you know. We want to see who they go make the big spending and borrowing and all kind of things. Him not release it. Because them want to see him. So them feel him can't trick everybody the same way. He never give up the gap. Don't follow him. Where much of his bullshit. Garbage. Garbage. Yeah, continue.
during the 1990s and Finsac.
Yeah, Finsac, yeah.
I want
PNP mash up JLP thing. Yeah,
Jamaicans to understand that lack of maintenance accumulates. Lack of spending on infrastructure amounts to what is called disinvestment.
When I'm talking, I'll be a bullshit. Because nobody no invest more than the same 18 and a half years when I talk about what we used to. Destroy the place. But in build, no build nothing now, no. No. No do nothing. Tell me what him do, brother. When you have government, you for govern. Even for 1 year. Can't remember every term, you know. We judge people by a term. Him not do nothing now. 2, nothing. 3, only thing him doing church and buy boat. And him buy surveillance plane. And him buy helicopter. But when the cocaine are coming and him attack him, now we need things. And we need surveillance and we need this. Them not do nothing. I just pay cocaine around the place. Him not do nothing. No two way about it. Nothing. Yeah. A Julian Naki man. So when him do now, him run out, him put up on him IG, this a long time thing. But the one there in the green glasses, you know. A Sam the American Eagle. Let me show you. What's Sam there? Sam the American Eagle. See me? A doctor that's fire him, you know. Sam. So you know it's an old footage, this him go back and I put up now. And I use again. Yeah. American Eagle. Look here. I want to show now who that him have this. So. The one that see me people. I had a piece of shit I have. The one named Sam. See me? Zero and put him the loan some. See him there? And the one that will call Sam man. See me people. Him Dr. Das kick out. Sam the American Eagle. See the green glasses there, you know, look on him beard. A Sam man. Dr. Das say him. And you see me in I'm green here. See me in I'm green there. See me I'm green there. See him there in that. Yes. Dr. Das fire him. So him use all clip. And then come and tell you where Finsac farm for. Yeah, and then him come out with a bag of bullshit. And I want the people them know and him push this. That's why they come see it from last night, you know. I know what this alone him put up in them. I'm gonna move this. Him put up all this to this a fars and this a bogus again. Look here.
What is the root of our problems today? It is the bad policies of the PNP in the 1990s.
So the root of your problem are the bad policies at the PNP in the 90s. And what was the policy? Here the policy.
If we're going to have a history lesson, we must just do it honestly.
Finsac was a homegrown domestic crisis wholly.
Oh, Finsac will be a domestic crisis. You'd have to be a dunce. She said Finsac was a homegrown domestic fucking crisis. Finsac was a crisis. Fucking idiot. I'm a fucking fool no man. Finsac was a crisis, people. Mama put it up again. Uncle dunce. It'll tell us that Finsac was a crisis. A homegrown. Finsac was a homegrown crisis. Me show you the meltdown. Mama put up Finsac again. You know when him talk, that's why good for listening, you know. You saw him dumb? Him called Finsac a homegrown crisis. Finsac. Not the meltdown, you know. Finsac are the homegrown crisis. And not just politics, but this is dunce. For even tell people these things and them repeat it. And I say a lot of dunce follow you. Them dunce. Hey, when if go, hey, what for me back, Markie? Help me with some Jamal now. When I help me with some Jamal, I could build up some place and we just kidnap some of them and carry them in and make them go learn. But we see them on the road and we see them and we force them to go to Jamal. But after do that, we let them go at evening time, you know. But tomorrow again, as them walk, them go, we just grab them again and carry them, force them at Jamal. Because they don't smart. So what was Finsac? Let me put it up again. Crisis. Eh? Finsac. Let me put it up again. Let me show you now. What was Finsac? So all this will be a crisis. Depending on where you choose to use your big piece of shit, then verb it out. So the Financial Sector Adjustment Company was a Jamaican government-owned entity established January 29, 1997 to resolve a major financial crisis. So Finsac was a homegrown crisis. What the fuck happened to this guy? That really come out of him out? No, it's that dangerous. That's going to show me dunceness and, desperation. Finsac for be a crisis, but correct that. Finsac was a, and the dunce, Finsac, Finsac mash up Jamaica on a big and dunce and stink and fool and if it go, man. You have to listen to what I'm saying. You can't make them ready pass you. Finsac. So this is what Finsac do. So Finsac, it recapitalized, restructured, and managed the bad asset. So if it recapitalized, restructured, and managed, it was a crisis itself. A failed financial institution and insurance companies during the mid to late 90s aim at protecting depositors and stabilizing sector. So Finsac was a homegrown crisis. Just the word where you use, it's sad. It's sad. If you play politics. No, it's sad. It's sad. It's sad. Finsac was a homegrown crisis, people. No, me look on the meltdown where the government over this and him all compare it. A matter of fact, him tell you, him said it was a Finsac was the crisis, Not what Siaga them do and what them do, And secure loan. But Finsac are the homegrown. The thing we make for Putin for stabilize the country because we have a meltdown. It was a crisis according to Andrew Holness. A homegrown crisis. He's a goddamn disgrace to Jamaica. You have to charge to treason too. He's a piece of shit. Can you lead the dunce them astray? And them some dunce that them still call and say, no, brother, you shouldn't. Can I make you look duncer than them, brother? Finsac cannot be a crisis. Yeah. The SSL again at the CI. You see me I talk about Fabian? SSL. Think about that again. Yeah? After we have the Eagle and SSL, we run off of that and come out and call Finsac itself a crisis. Or you call Finsac a crisis. And they don't run with it. Yeah? We don't know because Siaga got with much million US. The whole of them bid. And that's it. I'm a matter of fact, I'm going to put up Siaga. I'm going to put up Siaga. Let me put up something with Siaga right now. Hold on there. Let me start put up something. Hey, people, remember tonight, tonight we have, remember, say, simple the best tonight, I'm telling you already, we're trying to put up back them there. So, sir, yeah, we don't know, say, a big party that, Yeah. So we are look out for, hard. I'm going to put up back Siaga in the 80s. I'm going to put up Siaga. I'm going to run something. I'm going to run it with one of Siaga right hand man. I'm going to put up Salman Scott. I'm going to put up Siaga now. Who I'm going crisis. These are the crises where them take from Siaga, yeah? Man, they give him 62%. This is Siaga. I'm run out this. Jamaica economic management has taken a turn in fairly recent time and is returning to a very scenario that we have long passed in the 80s. No, this is Salman Scott I want to feed them one, with all its compelling lessons, pain and unprecedented pressure on our citizens. For the benefit of our young people and those who have forgotten the period, I will do a brief revisit, so that there is a greater clarity about what happened under Prime Minister Edward Siaga and Jamaica Labour Party. This article is not a get Eddie Siaga exercise, but a continuation of my attempt to purge our social, cultural, economic, and political history of lies. Remember, I'm a part of Siaga, half-truth omissions, embellishment, and the general dishonesty that are you and Andrew Holness. Yeah? Yeah? This are you and I talk about. Let me just run through this and go down here. So short that and that. All right. Let me start from this. I feel quite justified in writing about the fact of the period reference. As I recall and saw it, I do so dispassionately and objectively. I was the first mayor of the city of Montego Bay, JLP councillor, for 13 consecutive years for the Rosal division in the parish of St. James. So this, I want to see a right hand man. And I don't look a walk over, nothing at all, right? When I see a right hand man, I could just look, because in the desk of Siaga, and he might tell you where go down. Can we remember where go down? But him declare himself and him know the foolishness, right? And he might tell you the lies, and him not in the lie neither. And him said it happen again. Me go put up Salman. Not my word. And by the way, Salman, good to you come out, because I remember we have it at the time to have it all over the place. I was also a regional supervisor, Western Jamaica and Ochirias, for the Bustamante Industrial Trade Union and that union spokesman and tourism. In addition, I was lecturer in Caribbean Trade Union History, University of the West Indies School of Continuing Studies, Western Jamaica, the Jamaica Maritime Institute and Jamaica Tourist Board Visitor Information Section, Montego Bay area. I was also visiting lecturer, University and Social Science, that I understudy department at Northern Caribbean University, Mandeville, Manchester. Later on, I was host of the RGR program here from Montego Bay, called the Western Response, produced by veteran journalist and broadcaster Marlene Stevenson Daddy. No go so fast, don't some, you run so fast. I have been a political analyst for multiple media platforms for over 33 years here in Jamaica and occasionally for the British Broadcasting Corporation. So I'm there about. So when you go touch that him want speaking truth. I've also been a retired businessman in tourism since 2006. All this to most humbly make the point that I was and I have indeed been in the thick of things from back then, and that I have always loved my country and its people who have done so much for me, even as I make my small contribution in it. So him I tell you in background. So him now come with no bias. This man now come with no bias and not at all. Him just tell you say the man them put up a bag of bullshit. Me go look on the economy where I talk about now. All right, let me run this. I could run half. Yeah, so. Put up this. I could also look on this where I give it. Yeah, so Salman. What do you come out with this, Salman? Retired businessman, all right, I'm going to pass this. Because when I have a copy, I don't want to read back over this. All right, let me see what I'm doing here, so. Oh, him say, that is why I write, particularly for succeeding generation, including my own dear grandchildren. What I have been hearing about this period of the 1980s and the impression that the narrative conveys is not only a steep stretching of the truth of what transpired, but the misleading of the young people in particular is of concern. That's way you want to want this do and your minions. I'm a part of one, but you're a big man and him say I speak him truth to power. Which it documented to me. and therefore I am compelled to act. Eddie Siaga total political life did not begin and end with this period of the 1980s. While that period is the focus of this article overall, there are some positive to Siaga political life which have been amply implied, recorded in many places, including works such as the production of books by him. Considered by some to be bright man, Siaga has played no small role in the institutional building of this nation. And I admire him for that, being a politician who sought to feather his politicalness financially as far as it appears. Some people would trust him to keep their dollar, but he also was far from being a saint. And that said, his personality, political activities, and utterance continue to make some people feel uncomfortable. All right, let me say 4. All right. Well, we're going at this, you know. We're going at this. You have some parts. So the man, I write the things that we go through. And as I say, him leave out enough things because I have the rest, but him write a lot. So to him write a lot, we have to share where him write out. And he was a part of Eddie. And him write out this. And someone never stops spreading no rumors. Right? We could continue. This is how I go on in the 80s, right? But all right, so this overlap. Also far from being a saint, and the side of his personality, political activities and utterances continue to make some people feel uncomfortable, and his tit for a thought policy made others cringe. To know here early nonsense being peddled about the period of the 1980s just won't cut it, and I will not allow purveyors of the rubbish to have a field day uninterrupted and taking more than a cruel advantage of those who have forgotten, those who were too young to recall, and those who were born after this period. This article is dedicated to them, especially as my contribution to the clarity relative to our political history in particular. It is not intended to be an anti-Siaga article, but historical facts about specific time in our political journey as a nation. This period within the context of the history of international economy was called the second Gill period. The first Gill period was known as the Great Depression of 1929. But I want to go through them period and them thing, all right? I want to go to the 80s. Let me just run through this. You don't have no time to read through all of this. Bank and world and thing about it. Don't, all right, I can move this. So if I go back down there, so but we'll go in the 80s. Watch this. 82. All right. So we drop in the 80s now. Can him go back, you know. Can just want to set the record straight. But you know, just look on this and take note. Take note. All right. The Finance Ministry of Mexico in 1982 announced Mexico would unilaterally schedule its debt in the first flagging of the enormity of crisis. Enormity of crisis. The two oil price shock of the previous decade, coupled with program of economic stabilization, destabilization, the destabilization which incorporated the fight of capital and massive closure of business and loss of job, created daddy, what papa? Grandpa phone come here. Lock door, yes. Lock door, bye-bye, soon come, papa. Yes, come for me now, bye-bye. Lock door, bye-bye, daddy foodie. Daddy foodie will come interrupt for me, I go on with it now. Daddy foodie, like up and down, man. Yeah? All right, so let me see this now. where the business and loss of job created monumental damage to the tune of some 30% loss of GDP for Jamaica economy. By 1976, state of the food, no man, no, me may read something, me smoke come here, and pass soon come. Well, lock my door. Say I am gonna lock my door. Say hello. Hello. Yes, go and lock my door now. All right. Okay. All right, Papa. Yeah, but by 1976, BOJ ran out of reserve, reflecting a negative balance, which lasts for the next 20 years, ending 1996. This is the hand that Siaga was dealt, which he and them touch shuffle deck. All right, I'm going through that. Destabilization, I'm going through that. Okay, I'm not past this. Local political agent have process destabilization. Any claim therefore that the 80s was a period of progress is one of aggravated dishonesty. So they might tell us that the progress, it never worked. Externally, there was serious tension in the world. These include the Iran Revolution in 1979, the Iran War 82-88, which continued the conflict, tension associated with Arab-Israeli War. Previous decade, I don't want to read through this. Jamaica, I want to go through. Siaga lost control and became more of a reactive function in the 80s. This one start now. I don't want the long reader, all right. So the 80s one go to this one now. Siaga lost control and became more of a reactive functionary rather than a proactive and transformational leader. He responded to challenges of crisis, with aggressiveness, shot against Jamaican people. So him go on tough. Him go on tough. All right. This more I get to. The crisis in the 80s. And him said them to stop tell lie. And we love that. You see? All right. Make run through this. Fast. All right. Article, let me see political. Let me see if I the same thing. This 29. Okay. So I'm going to move this. 96. All right. Move this. This already. It's a 8. All right. All right. Let me see the period. Let me see what I run through this 80s. All right. Arab War. All right. Sita. Okay. See, this is what them are trying to change. This is what them are trying to change also. And them can't change it. This is what them are trying to change. Siaga lost control, I do that already. In 1980, when Siaga came to power, the Jamaica debt to GDP ratio was 63%. That's true. The debt ballooned to 262 GDP, debt to GDP ratio in 1989. This away Ligel in the IMF got changed now, put it at 102. Can we just see them Google it to see if they move this? Like either. Remember these things documented in a New York Times and then all in all kind of paper. So Nigel, just put it back, please. Can have no sense. Which represent an increase of 350.8% in Jamaica indebtedness over the 9-year period of the JLP Siaga administration. See? Indebtedness. Any single-digit growth in economy in the face of growth in debt was of no particular significance and consequences. It was a part of the matter. It must be noted that the sources of the minimal growth over the period was primarily due to, let me look on this, 9. So it never had no use, just or nothing at all. Look on, 9, that was 9. Me look on what me there. But we do it so coming out in a one sheet, you know. Yeah. Let me see this. 10. Believe job. Gas station line well long. All right. So this are 10. Oh, when me 9 there. Let me say me find me 9. When me 9 there. Or me just cut 9 me just show. And then for 9 me just show. Alright. Let me just show me this now. This a reality. Can remember the word of this too, you know. But I tell you. See that? Contrary to popular belief, this was not due to any successful investment project, not any new investment apart from sweatshops. You know what? Sweatshop like the thing that where them go garment factory. In the garment industry, see that? David Rockefeller, who came to turn Jamaica into the Singapore of the Caribbean, packed his bag and left Jamaica in less than 5 months of his arrival following several disagreements with Siaga. Because Siaga mashed up the place. And most ironically, the flight of capital continued under Siaga with ExxonMobil, principal oil refinery pulling out of Jamaica. Now people never know so that oil refinery, ExxonMobil oil refinery pull out, you know. That's why we start running about one thing there. The gas station line were long and uncomfortable as people who had urgent business to attend to were lacking gas line for hours. Now people don't remember that. No. Life in Jamaica begin to make no sense. Migration and brain drain gain momentum under Edward Siaga. You know, you just say these things. The major backside company follow closely behind Exxon leaving Jamaica. Look now. From 1980 to 1983, the JP government under Siaga failed minimum of 4 IMF tests. Who did know that? Who did know that? Eh? And as the pressure of a rapidly deteriorating economy, it's Siaga. He sees and a destruction of political crises in general in Grenada, and call a snap election in 83. Remember, Mandy never contest this. You remember this? Remember, I'm side man, I like them, I know. Not me. The PMP did not contest. Them never contest. And so the JLP had all 60 seats in Parliament, all 20 and 21 in Senate. Them have all 60 seats, and them have the Senate too. Because if you have the 60 seats, you have the body, you have the opposition to pick the Senate. So you know automatically say them have everything. Them have the House and the Senate from 1983 for run. Remember them had 51 before, you know? But this now them have the House and the Senate. Yeah? To control and manage Jamaica. Them could have fixed Jamaica. Them destroy it. You see what people left? Not my word. Yeah? With no opposition in Parliament, Siaga began to indiscriminately wheel his axe. Not my saying. Andrew one is about the 90s and them destroy Jamaica and the JLP fix what? Siaga wheel him axe. This included the tax acts, as well as his axing of many government departments, resulting in widespread closure, thousands of redundancies, 18,000 public sector workers lost their jobs. brother, only just what you are going. You remember this? No, what on them? Hey, at this me want to go through. Me not another long talk. Remember no. This, he might talk about the 90s and I talk about Finsac. This caused Jamaica to mash up. And then Bruce, after the PMP set it back, Bruce and Andrew them destroyed that again. Mama Pia, Peter Phillips them set it back. Andrew Holness. People don't know the history, you know. Anything about yourself lie, people. Mikey, you say the lie about yourself? Eh? Let me continue with this. Because this is how the people, the animal rights that show the people them say, yo, we don't have foolishness, you know. We don't have foolishness. We have to tell the people them the truth. Make us see what Siaga do in the 80s. Can we really mark the truth, you know? Wicked. Wicked and want to think. Siaga really ask. Maybe look at what I'm doing now. Make us move that one, yeah. 10. Make remind the people them because they have no. Make remind the people them because it's coming like they have no brains and them remember these things. And this I come from one of Siaga right hand too. I remember I documented because I show it. I show it too. In the New York Times and them thing there, you know. It there. Yeah. Marine, you never remember this star. You never remember them thing here. Eh? And then Andrew for your talk about. Put it up yourself. Andrew, this if you tell the people them about. Them you have to tell the people them about, brother. Speak the truth to power, man. Yeah? All right. Department will resulted in widespread closure and thousands of redundancies. 18,000 public sector workers lost their job. It dismantled the structure of local government. You didn't know that? You remember when them come in back, you know, Mama in charge of labor, and then them give them back the powers, you know. You know where me I used to do? This man, what them have put up, say was a finance minister that Siaga, but owe so much money. Yeah? Siaga build a hotel, you know. Siaga hold the place and Siaga mash up the place. You don't remember where we are come from. Look here. The man dismantled the structure of local government system, leaving the parish council with a singular responsibility of managing markets and cemeteries. Yeah? Bereft of fund. The only duty left for me to perform without authority of the Minister of Local Government was that of approving the exhuming of dead bodies. And that was true. You remember this? Me could put up some of the things them where them do. You remember this? Eh? It was chaos. Now me I draw on the back. When Andrew went out, you have to give him the truth. Andrew, you can't make Andrew come and put up garbage. You can't, listen me. You can't make Andrew come and put up garbage when we have the truth, you know. I said the 1990s and no road and this and that and the PMP. These are just PRs. When them say Finsac have to bail out the whole of them institutions. Because I remember if the institution them go down Jamaica gone down. So you have to bail them out. Every country where you have the government that can bail them out when you have a crisis like that. Whether housing crisis, whether this year have a bail out. Whether we have natural disaster too, you have to address these things. But him somehow turn it into a political thing and I run with it and I tell lie. That's why I can't release the things them with them name. But this is the reality with Siaga. All right, I can look on this now. The KSAC was abolished. You remember that? Duckensfield and Grace in Sugar Estate were closed. I'm going to show you some of the things them, you know. Manny Teachers College, Jamaica School of Agriculture closed. You never know that. I want to remember. An action system introduced where those who wanted foreign exchange to conduct business could apply to BOJ twice per week on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So the man locked down the place and this is what he do. Several hospitals were either closed or downgraded, including Ulster Spring in Trelawny, Spalding, Alexandria, Nobel Homes in Lucy, Ardley in St. Thomas, because them have Ardley out there, links it to be downgraded and not to be etc. Not more at we never know St. Close down to my hospital and downgrade the rest. We did have free health and destroy that and get rid of that too. It come like when I forgot what them doing, you know. I make Andrew run up and down and I do like what the man say, we now start war on this. Andrew, you're bullshit. Eh? So we don't want to talk, we never have to talk it, but it attack we are showing up. The community health aid program was abolished. That's how man they put in, you know. Health aid, you know. With Cuba, with the help of Cuba. Them abolish a community health aid there. It abolished. The spraying of ganja, justifiable or unjustifiable, were damaging other legitimate economic effort of rural poor, in the particular beef farmers and coffee farmers. Because when they do, they make America start spray ganja, although America grows the most ganja down in California. And then you damage our crop then, the real crop then. You damage the bees, them kill them out. And not just coffee, but it mash up banana. It kill off for coconut stock. It do a lot of things. You remember this? You remember this? These are the rate where them give you, you know. You remember them, yeah? Eh? You remember them, yeah? You remember them, yeah? The coconut. These are where Andrew Holness you come tell the people there. These are where Andrew you tell the people there. I mean, right and right that thing go like him not see it and I said, oh, stop telling people them about a lie. Yeah? Yeah, you remember them, yeah? Eh? All right, let me continue. Let me continue. Because Andrew run out. These, you know, our people, them, you see when them come out with garbage, you have to draw back them thing upon them, you know. Things get so bad that BOJ, in 1985, a load of crude oil arrived to be offloaded at Montego Bay Terminal, but the captain refused to unload the oil until he received payment from the JLP government. That are you art. Him living now. Come virgin talk to him, you know. The Minister of Tourism and Energy during the time. You art. Him living a Cayman now. Him well rich. Because enough of them didn't want to go hide things in a Cayman. Enough money go hide over them. Let me tell you this, you know. Man, they come in. The amount of things them hide in a Cayman because remember you can put your investment over this and wash your money, you know. At the time, you know. You understand? You are the Cayman him all, you know. But in the Cayman, we can call people know what's up to him. When I telling him I was the minister during this time, reach over there. Yeah, during the time, I have to quickly gather up. So you are them have to quick, all right, them have to gather up money to pay for the oil because we run out of oil for around the country. You remember this? It coming like them forgot these things. You are the Cayman, me know the Cayman. Virgin talk to him. Yeah? Maybe just give Andrew something here, so. People, and I talk about Finsac. Come on now, Andrew. Me come for deal with you today, you know, because I know you're not foolishness with you, you know. Yes. I'm going to put up this. The man that have to take up donation to get oil, but yes, still at the PAP mass of the country. When I hear that, hey, brother, let me tell you something, Mikey. Mikey, we have to draw this because them use CIA to fight Michael. But yes, still him get the whole place to manage. Him have the whole government. Him have the House, the Senate and everything. If this man did good, me say the man put him up about him as the best finance minister doing what? Me Andrew Holness to come out and I said, in the 1960s when Siaga government, Siaga never have a government in the 60s, sir. Never. 82, 89. He was a part of Siaga government. I was a part of the government. That's why they put him from, but he never have no government in the 60s. And when you say a bullshit, we can't let you just come and talk these things and we allow you with it. It will stop. Yeah? Make us see this. Make us go into this now, brother. This we want to go into. Time up, quickly gather up with the help of police, US dollar donation from private businessmen in Mobile to pay for the crude oil. People, you are them have to gather up money because them are now offload the oil. See? After a successful effort of the JLP government begging private citizens to pay its oil bill, the BOJ was able to pay the cargo ship captain his money. He unloaded the crude oil and left Jamaica shores. Can you imagine? We now have nothing. They matter about we are the biggest and we. Brother, this never happened to Manly yet. Never. This never happened and you put me on the food stamp for people. Them listen me. And them don't know. You know, him skip over Siaga, you know. Him skip over himself and Bruce and go into the 70s. 70s are one of the nicest time. Ask anybody, people, me not add and take off. It don't make no sense. Yeah? No, we have to fact check him because I get mad and no, because the youth there, I'm mad him up there, no, brother. So we have to fact check the guy. Yeah? One of the manifestations of the policies of Siaga in the 80s was the dramatic increase of the flow of people on the streets selling for survival. Because in the 70s, we never have people hustling and sell, so that started from the Siaga. You see, people forgot all these things, you know. the amount of people have said, hey, them sell them white car glass, we never have it in the 70s. Them a white car glass, them sell water, them sell juice, them sell that, man, also cigarette. Man, you go in a shop, go buy a cigarette and come back, come sell it, put on a little thing on it. Stick a cigarette. Man, I sell this, woman, I sell pumps. Hey, brother, the amount of selling start going on, I tell. You have some little guys start sell blooms. Woman have pumps, them have blooms. Yeah, them have sell blooms. And woman have sell pumps. So them, the one of them turned seller now. Yeah? So, you know, this graduate in a Gully Queens. Yeah. You understand? Ninja man said free food ticket, 1990, yeah man. This is 1998. When them see me that free food ticket, when I roll of it. No, I'm not showing that. I'm not showing a free food ticket. Hold on. And this I come from them. This is the first time people start selling on the street for survival. See that? Them are sell. These were the victim of downsizing and right sizing program gleefully pursued by Siaga. The man have him axe and wheel it everywhere. The man destroy the place. Man, they never do this. Under them IMF pressure, them yeah, the misery index rose, yeah, expediently. Yeah, expanded, careful about the call a word, leave it out. And in the 1998 election, Siaga and the JP lost 45 out of the 60 parliamentary seats. And 4 years later, JP lost 7 more in the election 93. You know why? Because the people couldn't stand them no more. This represents a total of 52 seats within 4 years, after being in power for 9, leading up to the 98 election. The ongoing attempt to pass off the 80 as anything but an ugly and painful period for Jamaican people. Yeah? Tantamount to the GG being given a sworn speech to read in 2011. By then, the JP government, that the economy was fully recovered. This after the IMF cut the flow of funds from, remember, go to 13. So let me just remind them things, because if you don't remind them things, the man them get rid of that thing. You see? Remember, I get rid of the bus, you know. Remember, all right. So some of the things that I leave out on this, Mikey. The bus, when get rid of, can get rid of joys and get, you know, I have everything captured in this. But we can't show them otherwise, because I have them. All right. Just go through some basic what him do. Just to remind you know. Yeah? Meanwhile, him create them at long. This after the IMF cut flow of funds from previous year in June 2010 to Jamaica, and the national debt in June 2011 was growing by an average of only 10 billion this per month. All right. This propaganda is taking advantage of young people, young and uneducated but indolent section of the population that are frequently and fluently repeating the foolishness. So this we don't talk about IMF cut and inflow and about it go 10 billion per month, US 10 billion. Him say a garbage, a propaganda. Time has passed and even the present political practitioners need to be refreshed as they are only human. Equally important, the people need to be refreshed. Yeah? And no matter about for looking out for herein lies the importance of staying the course. For what can happen is real. For it has happened before. If many people are taught the extent to which things can get bad and shown dramatically the painfully pathways we have already walked, particularly at the hands of the JLP and Siaga, I believe more will believe. Oh, and you see it? A Salman Scott, I'm working. So I'm going to tell you Say them destroy the place. Not me. He might tell you, say, Uno, destroy the place. Make I put up something else. Make I put up something else. Say I gotta pay back the money. The economy, this, a New York Times. I'm gonna put up this. Let me see something. This is a New York Times. So I'm gonna put up Salman's. I'm gonna put up New York Times. This is about 94. Let me see this. With a strong support from Reagan administrator and Siaga, right off center. All right. I'm gonna put up this from New York Times. This is from New York Times. So I tell them, say, documented all over the place. And that's what him put up. But remember, just put up something from New York Times. I want to can't see it. Country indebted. Heavily indebted. This I leave from Salman Scott a minute. I'm going to the New York Times. Hold on there. It documented and it did it. When I can't trouble it, when I can't manipulate that, you know. So I'm draw for the New York Times. When I just look on that. Country heavily indebted. With strong support from the Reagan administration, Mr. Siaga, right of center government has attracted a large foreign investment, farm and industrial production, up and tourism is booming. Still, the country remains heavily in debt and short of hard currency. You hear them that said that boom? Under the pressure from the International Monetary Fund, Mr. Siaga has announced that he intends to cut Jamaica deficit, which is greater than 385 million by more than half this year to about 100. So he might pay over 200 million. Here what the man do now, mash up the place. He has devalued the currency by 100%. See how do it, you know. Since last fall, and began removing the government subsidies from gasoline at this year the run where Salman talk about, and a wide range of basic food. It has subsidies that Jamaica has imported for years. As a result, gasoline and electricity have doubled in price. The cost of many foods, Mr. Siaga said, has gone up to 50 to 75%. And I tell them, IMF are preside it. Not my word. See that? See that? People, this are the New York Times mean, I know. These are the New York Times. These are the New York Times in Markie. Yeah? So Siaga push up, make the food them go up. This is what him doing now. Because of him. Remember, scatter talks, it's still him point out some things, but me draw for the New York Times, I show you some things. Yeah? I'm going to show you in the time. 75% the food gone up, you know. Eh? 50 to 75, nearly 100%. 3/4. Hey, this, hey. And a food relief program has been started. This is 1984. Prescription drugs have more than doubled in price. The price of imported feed for poultry and cattle has jumped also. And this has caused chicken and milk price to rise. The man mashed them up with everything. In the post-Central Kingston era, John Stoke, a father one A1 employee cabinet maker, sat with two friends in a cardboard and tin shack that served as a vegetable stall. Remember that? Put this and see there? This is 1984, you know. This is 1984. When the one is a continue upon Markie, he no matter make me draw the thing them upon him, you know. He no make me draw the thing them upon him. Run that so me keep the thing them. And when Andrew talk about the PMP this. Andrew got to, hey, Andrew get to it too much with too much PR, you know, people. Too much PR. So I'm at fact, let me show them to the New York Times. So remember just put up this back. We put up this fast. Look, this is New York Times. When you can't go in it. That's what I say when you can't go in there, go up online, go change nothing here. New York Times. When you can't go look on it, you don't see it. Global economy. See the archive, see there? See New York, see there? New York Times, me inna. In many small grocery store here, these days, customer cannot buy a pound of flour unless they also buy some canned goods or perhaps some detergent. The Jamaica referred this to mandatory combining of purchase as marrying goods. You remember how you talk about the marriage? See, this is 1984. Hey, don't make them chicken in, people. This is 1984. You have to marry them with state free and all kind of things. This is New York Times. It documented them that follow one. See it? You see this? Them marry the goods. It's a technique that the merchants here, we known in the Caribbean for their trading pearls, devised years ago as a mean of getting rid of slow moving items at the time of frequent shortages of such basic food as flour and rice. Because we have shortages too, you know. The shortages are one of the many symptoms of the long-term economic crisis that most of the 2.3 million Jamaicans have begun to feel deeply. I'm supposed to continue this, and I can show you. See the New York Times, this is right, you know. See the New York Times. And I can show you, hey, people, I don't have time for them people, you know. I don't have time for them. I can show you same scores on the hospital and everything and where you put up. The man chop up everything. This is New York Times. Another special man scattered the side of Siaga. Me just show me, I show you New York Times to have it. Because them cover him and tell him, Reagan give him the most, put him on, make them go on feeding program and try to back him with it. It couldn't help Jamaica. The man destroyed the place. If me draft him get rid of Jerry's, him get rid of the whole of the thing then. Yeah. You experience it all, right? Georgia, all right. You know, right? So these now what Andrew do. Him feel say most of you can study political science, right? Social science, some political science. If when you come out and like you come and you read it and nobody knows nothing to it, the lies become the truth. Became turn the truth. Became the truth, right? If you know really fact check it. Until you fact check it because it is still crumble. So when him repeat the lies then him have the done some of them because them not really do research and them not do nothing. That's why I'm saying, uno no know and him going back in 50 years, which that's that make a garbage. You can do the 10 years and every minute you say, this is why Jamaica now, and that's a lie. And no manly them, each time them come in back, them nobody say, Siaga, you must up the place and do this, you know. Because the government depends on that war when it them just continue. Yeah, they're rushing on a Siaga free food ticket. And you get milk. Maybe I'll be trying to say I can show them. You get the milk powder, you get the little milk powder, you get the cornmeal and the rice. And every because them want you get the cornmeal and the little milk powder and thing because them say, you know, little nutrition, even little cornmeal. See? And him lay off so much people, it's unbelievable. People are selling on the road. Remember that road thing where you see now? And that Siaga start, man, under them. Meanwhile, some man they had sent them as a thief 2,000 acre land. If people them a thief land, them control about. He was the finance minister. Siaga was the prime minister and the worst finance minister in the history of the world. Well, Elijah caught the side like Elijah not do nothing either. No do nothing either. And you notice them say no new taxes, that was lie. Look what Favor put out the list and the taxes, them are showing the 4 year at the PNP government. They are still at the PNP government. PNP when they can't allow this. And the PNP government rescue the country for where Andrew came out a prime minister too. So you have to hold him accountable where Andrew and Blues to and destroy the place. This is bullshit. It's there. It's there. And what Elijah them seem to do, move the 262% and put it at 91. It's so stupid. Because I put 104 if you Google that you see it. So they move it. But tell me what, from the original chart, when you look, you see it. So what them do is move it and think. And then they online and move up some things, you know. But them not understand these things documented, you can't get rid of them. So we can see when them put in the new one, them and everything. On a full stuff. You could have And look at that, I make Patterson look even better. 91, then where them make him go from 89 to, and then 91, him go 200 and then by 2006, and him leave IMF with that. With that, the GDP ratio, him leave IMF and do all kind of things. This don't make no sense. Yeah. Yeah, ma'am. But I soon come. Maybe after I soon come to you. Okay, may I come? All right, now come now. Now come. Maybe just do something now. I said, yeah, man. Cool. Yeah. Yeah. You understand? Change. So this, when come with a garbage.
So you can build a hospital, you know. But if you don't maintain a schedule of maintenance, the value of that hospital declines, depreciates. So today when you look at the hospital and say, why this government don't do something about it? Even if this government were to take all the money it has now, it couldn't today immediately halt and stop the deterioration.
So all that when talk about hospital, a bullshit. Right now, when talk about hospital, it's bullshit. No make no sense. Yeah? You understand? It don't make no sense. It must save you money today. Nobody back then spend this kind of money when spend for one hospital. You notice people them get 10 bill. One hospital at 20 at daily 30 bill. Billion in EMR for the hospital and nothing can do to the hospital. Him up there some billion. We never spend them money there. We never have $1 trillion budget. So I said this government on the hospital them did run good and them destroy it. Them close it down and destroy. When I talk is bullshit. Them for running away with this. Them for running away with this kind of fucking now. I'm going to attend to some things fast. Run here, so. I'm going to attend to some things fast. Run here, so. Hey, me just start building them in what mama up on the road, so. Remember, we have the party tonight in a simple debate. So I could go do what we are doing here later. Hey, you're lucky, Nanjo. We are come finish you off, man. Even tomorrow morning. We are come deal with the case. Me there people me out.
We in lump sum, we are beat it till the hammer burn. We now make them get in on them and again. None of them boy, we none of them. We in lump sum, we are beat it till the hammer burn. We now make them get in on them and again. None of them boy, we none of them. We alone some rise up the bomber dude. I'm not a Judas, them a backstabber. I'm my wife, and she straight beauty and glamour. No guy can walk to name me with no dagger. Maybe the heart of Mandela, but the mind of a Zama in the mold. Like a bull man, we send us the jammer. Lyrically inclined, be a metaphor, so no listen to lyrics line to line. Become a lyrical fighter. Put up in everything, they want some more hole in a hater. Lyrically inclined.